This agency was formed to protect people, but my next guest says that it's way too powerful and it's unconstitutional. That's why they're suing the Consumer Protection Financial Bureau. Kimberly Pisinski is one of those lawyers, and Randy Miller is representing her and her colleague. Kimberly, I want to start with you. What got you? What started this? Walk us through the series of events that brought us to this point.
Well, I represent people all over Connecticut, and they come to me to represent them and to protect their confidential information that they've given to me. Pretty much everyone, I think, in America knows what the attorney-client privilege is, and when clients come to me, they expect that I'm going to keep their confidences. And unfortunately, what's happened here is that the government has completely overstepped their bounds and tried to come in and take that confidential information that my clients have given to me in complete confidence as their attorney. And so that's what brought us to where we're at today, where we had to file this suit.
So, Kimberly, your clients, you're in Connecticut. Are these hedge fund managers? Are these wealthy people? Why would the Consumer Protection Financial Bureau be interested in your clients specifically?
No, actually, complete the opposite, actually. My clients generally are near indigent and lower middle class families who are in the middle of financial crisis. This financial crisis is completely destroying their lives. By the time they come to me, it's completely destroying their lives, their marriages, their families. And these are the people next door who are barely getting by, if getting by at all, who don't know how they're going to put groceries on the table. These are the people that I represent, and these are the people that the government wants all of their information.
Randy, how does this happen? The CFPB, they pull a name out of a hat. I mean, on the face of it, I can't see why she would be targeted. And as you said, listen, she had a couple of these big-time billionaire guys and is politically driven. Maybe I'd understand, not to condone it, but I'd understand. But this seems really haphazard.
This is an agency that's going way beyond its mission, and so our lawsuit, therefore, targets. It's really emanating from the structure of the CFPB. We think this agency lacks the typical oversight that you would see, congressional oversight, presidential oversight, and it doesn't have the types of internal checks and balances that you would see, such as from an agency like the FTC or SEC that has a multi-member commission.
Wasn't that the goal of it? When they were putting this together, they were like saying, well, the SEC wasn't powerful enough. This agency wasn't powerful enough. That agency wasn't powerful enough. They didn't talk to each other. We need a super powerful agency to go out there and to destroy and to protect. Wasn't that the idea in the first place?
That's the idea, and it's an unconstitutional idea. Our system of government is about checks and balances, and it's about limited power, and it's about, not some super agency that goes on and does whatever it wants, because we see two things in this case that reflects the fact that this is an agency overstepping its bounds. First is the collection of this type of demand for this type of attorney-client confidential data. By the way, this is personal financial data, and we have information to indicate that they are aggregating it and data mining it. There's a GAO investigation that's underway now to look into this. But the second thing they're doing is they're trying to regulate lawyers practicing law, like Ms. Pisinski. That's a state function. The state bar is looking to lawyers practicing law. This is not the purview of a federal agency. And we think this is all sort of a consequence of the fact that there is not sufficient checks and balances.
Kimberly, I want to ask, what kind of support are you getting so far within the lawyer community on this?
I think that everybody's concerned. It's obviously a slippery slope if this government agency is allowed to step in and take middle America's information at will without any controls, that all attorneys in every type of practice of law is going to have to be worried that we no longer have an attorney-client privilege. So people are concerned.
Well, these days we hear that a whole lot of things happening in D.C. are unconstitutional. And, of course, working through the system is going to take a long time. Will you be able to keep your client's information confidential until this is hashed out, or are you going to have to be forced to give it up?
We're certainly going to do everything that we can to keep their confidences. They've come to me and shared all sorts of information that is personal and private and attorney-client protected, and we're going to do everything we can to protect that information.
Randy, your firm is right now representing two clients, but this obviously seems like something that could spread like wildfire. I mean, is this something that could grow into a large class action type of event, or you just want to keep it small?
Well, what we're trying to do is ask the court to expedite proceedings, to enter a preliminary injunction to stop the agency right now. and until such time as the court can have a hearing on these constitutional issues that I've talked about. Now, the agency just got its first director, Mr. Cordray, and that makes us even more nervous because on July 16th he was confirmed. The agency has to have a Senate-confirmed director, so now they're sort of ready to fly into action.
Oh, yeah. He's champing at the bit. He's been waiting a long time.
He's been at the starting gate, and now he's ready to run. And so we're asking the court to just put the brakes on until we can have a hearing and air out the constitutional issues.
Well, I got to tell you, Kimberly, you hit the nail right on the head. Everybody understands attorney-client privilege and confidentiality, and it's something that's a cornerstone of America. Our laws are a cornerstone of our success, and this is not the direction we want to go. And I want to thank both of you guys. Wish you a lot of luck. Obviously, we want you to come back and to keep us filled in on this. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charles.